Guess what? I bought a bus. Welcome to English Coach 3Ts. I'm Tanya, and today you get to learn English vocabulary and even grammar by listening to this story about my latest life experience buying a school bus. I'm excited to share with you my new school bus, my plans for my school bus, and why I bought a school bus. But first, I want to remind you that you can get even more help with the vocabulary that is in this video so that you can remember it with my free More English Club. If you haven't signed up yet, click on the link in the description below and I'll make sure that you get information about the vocabulary in this video and more than 20 other videos so that you have a better chance of remembering vocabulary that you can use in everyday English conversations. So let's get into the bus. If you've been following along with me here on YouTube for a while, then you know that I made the decision to become a nomad and live in my car, along with doing some house sitting when that is available. If you missed those videos, don't worry, I'll link them above and below so that you can watch them as well. Let me show you a little bit about the inside of the bus and a little bit of what I plan to do. You can see from these two pictures on the outside of the bus how excited I was to have purchased this bus. So here we are walking towards the front door and up the steps to the driver's seat and turning to look back at where the passengers would sit. And there's a lot of empty space back here. This is the lift covered by that tarp that you saw that would lift wheelchairs into this space back here. And now walking back towards the front. This is the first picture of me inside the bus once we got it home, and I am very excited because there is plenty of room to build all the things that I'm going to be needing. One of the first things I will need to do is take out these seats to make even more room so that I will have even more space for my bedroom, kitchen, living room, and all of the things I want to put inside. Here is a picture of the lift that you saw in the video earlier. This will have to come out also to make more room, and behind that lift is another door so that I can access the space that will be under my bed for storing things that you might usually keep in your garage. When I started looking at other vehicles that I could use for my tiny house on wheels, I looked at vans, RVs, even box vans, which are similar to this, but they are the vans that you might see here in the United States for a company called U-Haul. U-Haul is a company that people use when they're moving from one house to another. And even if they use a different company, they still call it U-Haul. And all of these different types of vehicles being something you can drive, all of them have different advantages, but there were some specific reasons that I landed on buying a bus. To land on something in the way I just used it means that I decided to buy a bus. This is quite advanced vocabulary, and you don't need to try and remember this phrase, but rather just allow yourself to become familiar with it, unless you're already quite advanced and you want to add it to your vocabulary just to give it a little more flair. There's another advanced word, just to give your speech more color, make it more interesting. If you're an intermediate student, don't worry. Just allow yourself to hear these words, listen to me explain what they mean, and enjoy the story. In this way, you're doing exactly what you need to do to become more fluent. So why did I land on buying this bus? There are lots of reasons, but some of the reasons are it's very affordable. In other words, it's something that doesn't cost a lot of money. This bus was taken very good care of by the school district, which is the organization of several schools in an area. And it allows me to have that space that I showed you in the pictures before to build what I really want for my little tiny house so that I can make it my own, make it a space that feels like home. Of course, you've probably already guessed one of the big reasons I was looking for something instead of my car is so that I could stand up on the inside, but there are other reasons. In the car, I had to get out and go around the car to other doors to get things, which was totally okay during the day, but wasn't one of the best things for safety in some areas and also at night. And there are just some big advantages of having more space, which I'm sure you can guess already. SB and I are enjoying some time staying at a friend's house in my little town here in Southern California, house sitting and having some time where we can work on the bus. One of the first things that I needed to do was start taking all of the letters off the side of the bus. And I can say that this was not the easiest thing I've ever done, not the hardest, but it was a little time consuming. Time consuming meaning that it took a lot of time. I'm really looking forward to taking you along with me on this project as I build out the bus, learn all kinds of new things myself, and share more vocabulary with you. I want to extend a special heartfelt thank you to the ladies in my She Speaks Fluency program for all of the support and kind words and encouragements you've given me as I have started out this journey. And also to all of you here who have written me really kind, lovely messages supporting me as I start this new journey of my life. And of course, I am really so grateful for my friends and family who have been there for me, who have been there to listen or help when things were fun and exciting, and even when things were difficult. You really have made a difference for me. And if you have watched all the way to the end of this video, I want to thank you. I hope that I will get to hear from you in the comments below. And I have a picture to share with you of what's coming next. And while you wait, be sure to watch this video and I'll see you there.